Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. And today, you knew this video was coming. We are going to talk about the 2026 Fatboy. But before we do have a viewer bike to look at, and this is James's 1995 Road King. He's got 84,000 K on it, and I'll tell you right now, he sent in some pictures, but he also sent in some videos. So rather than me talk about it, I'll just put up a couple of those clips right now. Thanks for sending that in, James. And if anyone out there would like to see their bike in a video, send me some pics with the information. My contact info is in the description below. Okay, folks, so the carryover models for 2026 came out, a couple weeks ago. Not a lot of surprises, obviously. The carryover models are models that are not getting any big updates or upgrades. And the Fatboy was one of them. And of course, last year was the year that the Softails really got their upgrades. And I made a video where I was not too happy about what they did with the Fatboy in 2025. I mean, the first thing was the badging on the tank. I thought that looked terrible. I thought that looked very rudimentary, if you want to use that word. Some people said it looked like an Indian logo. Very uninspiring to me. Also, they kind of changed up the pinstriping a bit, which to me made the two-tone look kind of strange. They put on new tech like ride modes, which I really did not think a Fatboy needs. And in doing that, more tech, bigger hand controls, and they were starting to get to look a little bit gaudy in my opinion. Different grips, which I could really take or leave. And one of the big things I also did not like was they removed the hand adjustable rear suspension, which was a terrible idea in my opinion. I mean, it just makes it harder to adjust. So now, rather than being able to just reach down and change your suspension, you have to get off, take the seat off, and change it that way. So did not really like what they did that way with the Fatboy, but there were a couple of things that they did do right. And the first thing they did get right was putting LEDs on all the Softails, something that was years overdue. It was nice to see them finally do that. The other thing was the addition of the 117 cubic inch Milwaukee 8 engine, which was good, which was going to be coming sooner than later. And it's got a little bit better cam in it just than the regular 117. So that was a nice little upgrade there. And also they went with a adjustable brake lever. Now, to be honest with you, that's not anything that's really big for me. I've never thought of that being a big upgrade when you get a bike, but I have, bigger hands, longer fingers, so it'd be good for those with the shorter fingers. But that's what they did last year. In my opinion, a lot bad, but some good. So the only change to the 2026 Fatboy are the colors, basically. Other than that, the bike still comes only in the chrome trim, which is not a surprise, but we're going to start going through some of these colors and see what we got for this year. First thing I will point out is no blue this year. Harley seems to like blue Fatboys. In my opinion, not the greatest color for a Fatboy. I will say the Reef Blue, I think it was 2022, that really looked good under the light and in the sun. That really popped. But the shark skin blue they had in 2024, my opinion, I don't know, man. The dealership out here had one, and it sat in their dealership for about over a year and a half before they could sell it, and at a fairly discounted price. So I didn't like that color at all. So to start off, we have the base billiard gray. Now this year it looks like the gray is a little bit darker. Maybe they mixed in a little bit of black into it, so it, you know, didn't really look like a primer. And as it is the base color, there is no charge for that one. We move on, and we of course have black. You cannot have a not black Fatboy in your lineup. The Vivid Black is an upcharge of $300 US and 400 Canadian. Then we go to the White Onyx Pearl, which looks pretty flat in pictures, but really does look nice in person. This one is an upcharge of $650 US and 800 Canadian. Moving on, we have the Brilliant Red, and red is another color, a little bit like the blue. I always thought it looked strange on a Fatboy, but that's just my personal opinion. And we have a $650 US upcharge on that, 800 Canadian. And finally, we have a two-tone. We have the Olive Steel Metallic and Vivid Black. And I gotta say, I'm very interested to see this Olive Steel up close. I think this might actually be not a bad two-tone color this year. And the first chance I get, I'm gonna check it out. But the upcharge on this is $1,100 US and $1,375 in Canada. Now, how about the price of the 2026 Fatboy? And I am actually a little bit surprised to say that it did not go up this year. It pretty much stayed exactly the same. In the US, the 2025 Fatboy came in at $22,599, and in 2026, we still have the same price. Same thing goes for Canada. 2025, we had the Fatboy coming in at $27,299, and we have the same MSRP in Canada as we did last year. So kind of a pleasant surprise. I always expect them to go up a little, but seeing as how they actually, I guess, really didn't do anything to it this year, it's good to see at least it didn't creep up any in price that way. Now, finally, was there anything about the 2026 that I thought they should have done? Not really. I mean, I didn't expect anything to change. I expected to be pretty much exactly the same as they did last year, so no big surprises there. Color schemes, don't mind them. The only thing I might say is, you know, they have some solo trims out there on things like, I think, the Heritage and the Street Bob. Maybe it was the Street Glide and the Nightster. I don't know why they couldn't offer that to something like a Fatboy. It's not really a bike that I look at as being a real two-up bike anyway. Generally, I don't see a lot of passengers on them, so I thought that might have been nice to offer, but other than that, more of the same. So anyway, that's it. We're gonna keep looking forward and see what else comes out here in January, and that will do it for this week. So until next time, you guys stay safe out on the road, and I will catch you in the next one.